everyone, I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. In her quest to end the homelessness crisis in LA, Mayor Baz has partnered with the federal government to find solutions to its root causes. The lack of access to treatment for addiction and mental health illnesses keeps many people on the street, so providing adequate resources can really make a difference.
We are at the Asian American Drug Abuse Program to talk about the intersection of addiction, mental illness, and homelessness. We know that if we are going to end homelessness in LA, we have to address why they were unhoused to begin with, and substance abuse and mental illness is one reason.
Imagine how hard it is for any family member trying to help a loved one who is right now in the throes of addiction. Imagine how hard it must be for a loved one who is trying to help someone in the family who is going through severe mental health crisis. Now imagine trying to help someone just like that, but who is unhoused. You can see how difficult the issue is.
Right now, we have limited treatment and a massive problem. You can't look at these problems separately in isolation. Treatment has to be a part of the equation. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we had the street team from USC, and they witnessed an overdose right there in front of them. Had to administer Narcan 4 separate occasions to keep this person alive. They've saved over the years thousands of lives by making treatment available.
I've committed to the mayor that we will do everything we can in the Biden administration to try to work this. We think we could try to help. And for all those people who today are trying to help a loved one, we say, keep going. We want to be there as partners.
When it comes to deciding on important topics like redistricting, Angelenos want to make sure their opinions matter. Aware of this, Los Angeles council members are creating a bridge between City Hall and their constituents by organizing meetings with community members to get live and direct feedback from them.
That does complicate things and make it more difficult. The most important topic that the ad hoc committee is working on right now is redistricting reform.
We're really here so that the community has the opportunity to give us input on what we should be doing about redistricting.
I'm 55 years old and I've never been to any meeting like this before, and as I was walking up with my husband, I was like, this is the second half of our life, like we're really sort of getting involved.
There's a wide range of opinions, but I've been really excited to see the degree of public participation.
I think it brings City Hall closer to the community and the community closer to City Hall.
We're coming out and holding meetings, and that gives community more power over who represents them.
Should we go to more districts? Should we do redistricting right away? That's what civic engagement is all about.
We're in South LA, the Valley, all over.
So that people can walk right down the street and talk about what they expect to see from the city. This is where the community has a voice.
Oftentimes what happens to us is we look up and go, well, why is that the rule? Who decided that? Well, now is the time we're deciding that.
The people of Los Angeles demand that we do redistricting reform.
To learn more about how you can participate in these meetings or stay up to date with the matters discussed, you can visit clerk.lacity.gov. Having positive role models and establishing healthy habits begins in our childhood. Aware of the importance of community presence and proximity, officers from the Los Angeles Police Department spent time at a local school playing games and teaching kids the importance of saying no to crime and bullying.
I pledge to say no to crime.
Today, we're excited to have our partners, members of the Los Angeles Police Department, on our campus once again. We're here to talk to our students about the Just Say No program, talking about saying no to bullying, crime, drugs, and gangs. We thought, let's take it to the next level, and let's make it interactive and let's make it a little bit fun and real for them.
Our wonderful officers are here to help us today, and we're excited to have them on campus, and we look forward to a great event.
It's anti-bullying, anti-drugs, anti-gangs, anti-crime campaigns.
Our kids are at a very impressionable age right now, and whatever we can do that they can carry into their future, this program is a part of that.
Our school-wide rules are be safe, be respectful, be responsible, and so really our goal is to instill these positive habits to our students.
I've been a police officer for 27 years, and we've been doing a lot of strategies for crime prevention and figure out how you can, make a dent in crime. For me, I think it starts with the youth. If you can get them at this young age, teaching them that respect, stay out of drugs, stay out of gangs, stay out of crime. They can start getting on that right path, and then hopefully, they can be good humans and make a positive impact in the world.
I will respect and be courteous to others.
It's nice to be a small campus, have students ask questions, interact with the officers so that they could see that behind the uniform, they're real people and they genuinely care.
Seeing kind of a tension that can arise and has arisen between members of a community and police officers based on the behavior of maybe a few officers, a few bad apples. But we here at Center for Advanced Learning recognize that law enforcement is an important part of any functioning society. And we want our students to recognize that and to realize that while there may be some problems that we need to work on, at the same time, law enforcement is our friend. Law enforcement is a vital part of our society. And we want the students to have a little bit of familiarity with that.
This is a way we're able to actually interact with the kids and let them know, hey, when you see us drive by, you don't have to be afraid of us. You can come to us. That's the whole goal. We also want parents to know that they can come to us, even if whatever their immigration status is, we don't care. If they're victims of crimes, we want to know about it. If their children are victims of crime, we want to know about it.
From the California coast to Hong Kong, Kids Ocean Day is an initiative that seeks to empower kids to save the earth. This year, children from many schools in Los Angeles participated in the cleanup of Dogweiler Beach. This activity gave them the chance to learn that small actions can have a huge positive impact.
Today we're here at Dogweiler Beach celebrating Kids Ocean Day. Kids Ocean Day is many kids coming to the beach to do a cleanup. There's 4,500 students here from all throughout the city, many different schools. Some of these kids, this is the first time they've come to the beach. And so that alone gives it such a huge impact.
This is the 28th time we've been here with Kids Ocean Day. This is all part of a whole year-long program where we go to the schools. We're getting kids to understand how they're connected to the beaches and oceans, even though they're 10 or 15 miles away. And so they're really understanding if that one piece of trash that's in their neighborhood, how when it rains it gets washed down the storm drains and off to the beach. And so the kids are getting that they can make an impact. One kid said, well, I learned about the plastic in the ocean. And I said, yeah, but what did you learn new? And they said, I learned new of how much.
If you see back there, we have the black bins, the blue bins, and the green bins.
They learn at a really young age how to properly manage their waste so that in the long run they can teach their family members, and then they grow up knowing the right thing to do and ultimately keep our beaches and oceans clean and safe.
There's so much joy here, and there's so much live, and it just brings such a beautiful energy to the ocean, and we just want to make sure that we continue to do that.
The Cultural Treasures of South LA website launches. A settlement against a ghost gun company is announced, and LA River recreation zones are now open to the public. These stories up next on City Beat.
The City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs and LA Commons announced the launch of the Cultural Treasures of South LA website. As part of the community-driven cultural asset mapping initiative, the website spotlights notable local cultural treasures in South LA's Promise Zone. The Cultural Treasures of South LA website features a publicly accessible database, a story bank, and interactive map of 200-plus gems. The project supports and uplifts the artists, promoting a community-centered vision to encourage locals and tourists to learn about and visit these sites. For more information, visit southlaculture.org. LA City Attorney Heidi Feldstein-Soto announced a $5 million settlement against Nevada-based company Polymer 80, blocking their ghost gun sales in California. Polymer 80 is the largest producer of ghost gun kits and parts, which enables buyers to assemble fully functioning, untraceable guns in an hour or less. The settlement holds the company and founders accountable, citing that LAPD recovered more than 4,200 Polymer 80 ghost guns from January 2020 through February 2023. The city attorney stated that Polymer 80 will adhere to federal gun control requirements, including serialization and background checks of customers. For more information, please visit cityattorney.lacity.gov. The LA River Elysian Valley and Sepulveda Basin recreation zones are now open for Angelenos to enjoy through September 30th. Activities in the rec zones include kayaking, bike riding, walking, and bird watching. However, swimming is not allowed. The LA River can be accessed at kayak put-in sites, with one in the Sepulveda Basin and two in the Elysian Valley recreation zones. If you don't own your own kayak, several private partners provide kayak rentals and guided tours. The opening of the recreation site promotes healthy living and spaces for Angelenos to enjoy in our own backyard. For more information, including the day's water quality and conditions, visit lariverrecreation.org.
Did you know that about 11% of young Americans consider soccer their favorite sport? In Los Angeles, Council President Paul Krikorian and the LAPD held a citywide cadet soccer tournament. There, young LAPD hopefuls measured their dribbling skills against each other as their families cheered from the sidelines.
This morning, we are at our second annual LAPD and Councilmember Krikorian-sponsored Cadet Cup. We're playing soccer.
I wanted to thank Councilman Krikorian's office and Council District 2 for supporting the event, working with us, and partnering.
I've always wanted to become a police officer when I'm older. The cadet program is a really good way to just make yourself more confident, to believe in yourself. This program has really helped me mentally.
We like to provide them with opportunities not just towards law enforcement, but also other opportunities in life.
It's also a great way for the community to see, what we've built here at Whitsett. The council member funded and built 7 synthetic soccer fields with lights and cameras, security. The improvements that we've made here over the last few years have changed the neighborhood. We used to have a huge problem here with crime and gangs and all kinds of things. Now that the kids have something to do to kind of veer them away from other activities, crime has pretty much been eliminated here.
It's really just honestly a great way to instill a sense of discipline within themselves, which can build towards furthering their education and moving on in higher education, as well as into the workforce.
We love doing activities with our cadets and just sharing moments with the community.
If you want to learn more about LAPD cadet programs and activities, visit lapdcadets.com. Dancing has a lot of benefits: exercising, working your mind creatively, and connecting with others. For our seniors, these 3 elements are especially important. The Rec and Parks Department recently organized a sock hop dance event where attendees took a nostalgic trip back to the 50s.
We're at Westchester Senior Center. We have a sock hop going on. So roughly 1950s, late 1950s, 1960s music. The majority of the people here, they grew up with this. They love the idea of a sock hop, so they're really enjoying themselves right now.
I think that any time that we can get seniors together and have them smile, laugh, and meet one another, see that they can mix and have fun, I think it's super important.
I think it's just wonderful. We're having French fries and root beer floats. I remember skipping school and going and eating French fries for lunch, you know, and Coke floats or root beer floats. So that's what we did, and that's what we're doing now.
This is our first sock hop that I've been part of. So I've been here for 7 years. And we've had other activities, Valentine's Day dance, New Year's Day dance. And we try and do something every month just for our members and the community at large. I think the seniors will take home that they just had a great day, reliving memories that they had from high school and maybe junior high, that they just really are enjoying themselves.
The 5 mothers who founded Pacoima Beautiful would marvel at the sight of all the people who gathered for the Turn on the Sun event this year. With fun activities, food, and dance rituals to enjoy, participants celebrated community connection at this sunny street festival. Take a look.
Batavium, los Shoshone, los Tongva.
Today is Turn on the Sun. It's our annual event that we host at Pacoima Beautiful. Turn on the Sun is really about celebrating the sun and the power of the sun and really embracing that as part of our community.
We're in Los Angeles, the sun's always shining. We are the people of the sun, we need to get out, get our vitamin D, and really celebrate what it brings into our lives.
Here on Polite Street, we have the nonprofit organization Casa Esperanza, as well as DCA and Pacoima Beautiful come together to celebrate and educate others on the energy of the sun. So we have multiple community members today here to just be in each other's presence, enjoy food together, music, and just we have different resources as well. Every year we do it differently. Sometimes it's a carnival, sometimes we've done a museum sort of style, and this year we're doing it here as a street festival in front of Casa Esperanza in Panorama City.
All of our moms who did a knitting project and they installed it across the street, they did all of the cooking for today, and it really just brings us together as a family, as a community, as Pacoima Beautiful. It's what we thrive on, environmental justice, to bring art and culture, and to really just kind of, have a great time.
Educating people on what the sun does and seeing how the different ways that we could get power from the sun. Joining the arts with the environment.
Celebrating the conclusion of AAPI Heritage Month, the LA Public Library brought Bali to our city in the form of a musical performance. An Indonesian orchestra performing alongside Balinese dancers took audience members on a cultural trip across the Pacific Ocean from the comfort of their seats. Check it out.
Today we're helping celebrate Asian Pacific Islander Month. The Sunland Tujunga branch have partnered with McGroarty Art Center to bring an amazing Balinese orchestra. The Balinese orchestra has brought to the community an ability to learn various music and dances and to share the culture, brilliance, and beauty.
We have an Indonesian orchestra called the Gamelan Merdu Kumala. Their music is rooted in 15th century gamelan music from Bali.
I got involved through school. I first heard of gamelan at California Institute of the Arts.
Part of this is, of course, the music side and the dance side, but a bigger part of it really is that it's encompassed in this community aspect, for us to feel together as a family, as a group, as a unit, to work together. In Indonesia, gamelan is said to be like the most sacred and highest level of togetherness, and that's what we're trying to offer to more people. We're aiming to bring the ideas that are presented in gamelan and Balinese music about community, about togetherness, to a greater group.
The library is expanding its walls and connecting to the culture of Sunlan Tahanga and just expanding.
In this week's feature story, officials from the Los Angeles Fire, Police, and Rec and Parks departments share some valuable tips ahead of the summer. They discuss the best practices and recommendations for water safety that Angelenos should follow. Let's hear the story.
As we enter the summer months, one thing that we can be certain about regarding summer weather is the heat. It will be hot, and every year the Los Angeles City Fire Department will respond to drowning incidents in residential and community pools. Tragically, most of those emergency calls involve young children that were left unsupervised or unable to swim. So as we prepare for those hot days ahead, we should remind ourselves that water and children can be a dangerous combination. So Monique, let's talk a little bit more about spas, pools, bathtubs. What are some practical things to make those safe for our families?
Constant supervision. Someone has to be there watching those children. Proper fencing around the pool areas. Pool and spa safety covers and utilizing those covers when the pool's not in use. Door, gate, and pool alarms. So those are triggered when someone goes into that area and you're not aware of it. Safety drain covers inside the pool, and of course, swim lessons, and then learning CPR. Learning CPR as a family. Everyone should know CPR.
How about you, Officer Hurtado? Do you see any things that people should avoid to make sure they're safe, particularly beaches, lakes, rivers?
Sometimes pets are distractions. We've seen pets that bump kids into the pool. Parents don't really realize it, so you want to keep your pets away, make sure your dogs or any other animals that might distract or bump your kids into the pool, that's a big one. But also inside of our homes, we want to make sure the bathtubs, we're always watching your children, even if it's an inch of water or however little water you think may be in there. Your water, your mop buckets, you know, the over the ground pools that we use a lot during the summertime. Be cautious of all of those also, because serious accidents can happen there also.
So whether it's swimming pools, above ground pools, spas, bathtubs, a river, a beach, a lake, the water can be a welcomed relief during the summer months, but should be treated with caution.
Travel back in time with a roaring 80s night at the LA Zoo. Celebrate Juneteenth and Black Joy at Pierce College, or enjoy the Juneteenth fireworks spectacular at Cabrillo Beach. All this up next on Things to Do.
The LA Zoo invites you to dust off your finest spandex and big hairdos and join the fun at the return of the wildly popular Roaring 80s Night series. The 80s theme offers 3 dance areas, animal experiences, tasty food, and drinks for the over 21 crowd. Dance to live music with high-energy 80s cover band Flashback Heart Attack at the Zoo's Treetops Terrace, along with a DJ dance party adjacent to the Rainforest of the Americas. Roaring Nights gives you a chance to explore the zoo after hours and get in on special feedings of some of your favorite animals. You won't go hungry either while you sample some of LA's best food trucks. Don't miss Roaring 80s Night at the LA Zoo, Friday, June 16th from 6 to 10 p.m. Log on to lazoo.org for more information. Join Councilmember Bob Blumenfield and the folks in the West Valley to celebrate Juneteenth, the annual commemoration of African American freedom. Learn about Black culture, history, and the significance of Juneteenth on the campus of Pierce College. You'll enjoy entertainers, games, music, awards, giveaways, and the always popular marketplace. This year, see the crowning of the first Mr. and Ms. Juneteenth in the Juneteenth pageant. Over 60 vendors will be there selling products and services, and of course there'll be plenty of food trucks to refuel. The Juneteenth celebration at Pierce College goes from 1 to 6 p.m. Saturday, June 17th. The event is free and open to the public. Log on to cd3.lacity.gov or eventbrite.com for more information. Head down to the Port of Los Angeles for a Juneteenth celebration and fireworks spectacular you won't want to miss. This year's Juneteenth celebration at the port will kick off with a picnic and job fair on Saturday, June 17th at the Wilmington Waterfront Park, where you can catch performances, live music, dancing, food, and plenty of family activities. Then make sure to come back Monday for the main event. Now in its third year, the annual Juneteenth Fireworks Spectacular has become one of the city's most anticipated and best attended parties. These unique happenings not only celebrate history, but also pave a path forward for the next generation. The Juneteenth Fireworks Spectacular will be held at Cabrillo Beach and is free and open to the public beginning at 8:45 p.m. For more info on both events, check out the community page at portoflosangeles.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.